Okay, you guys, forgive me if anything goes wrong. This will absolutely be my first tutorial. And I've been meaning to do one just in general for a lot of the stuff I do, and I never get around to it. I'm a little bit camera shy, so you won't see me. But let's start off with the things I use for the tumbler. Here's the dough wheat. This is the one I like from Walmart. It lays flatter than the other ones I've tried using. This is the paint. It's some Dollar Tree paint I bought probably 2 years ago. It just happens to be green. And here's the tack it over and over. So to start, as far as the dough goes, well, no, we won't start there, because first what I do is measure my tumbler. So what I do is I take I gotta make sure to stay in frame. Okay, I take my measuring tape, go around the top. Am I in frame? Yes. And do my markings. So pretty much the top of this is 10 inches. Pretty much. Let me get that in there. All right. So what I do, take my measuring tape, actually 10.5, sorry. 10.5. So I take my measuring tape like that, mark it at the 10.5 here, mark it at the 5.25, sorry, not in frame. I mark it at the 10.5, and I also mark it at the 5.25. I do this for the middle as well, and I do it for the bottom as well. So when I start in the middle, I just pretty much make sure that my measuring tape is lining up with that line, and then come around. And I know the middle is 12. I've done several of these, so do that 12, mark 12 here, up and down just to make sure. Go over to the other side, mark that 6, line it up. Oh gosh, I'm trying to make sure that I'm staying in frame. And like that, and do the same thing at the bottom. Okay, and the next step is pretty much mixing your paint with the tack it over and over. I'm gonna mix this in, then, and it's probably too much. I always do. I use way too much. I probably waste a lot of stuff. But just mix your paint and tack it. And then you're just gonna paint this onto the tumbler, 1/2 of the tumbler. On there. So make sure I didn't wipe my markings away. I didn't. Okay. So you're just gonna stay. I don't know if you can still see those markings, but you're going to stay. And so the lines, obviously. But yeah, just go through, paint. Okay, so painting is done. Make sure you got a good coat on there. Once you got your coat on there, you're going to go ahead and, crap, where is the one I already opened? Okay, back with the one I already opened. And you're just gonna put your deal on, put your deal on, put your deal on. I hate the shaker and I'm making a mess. I'm known for messes as well. Okay, and it's easier without the shaker. And sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. So you got it all covered. All right. Some little spots I can still see my paint, so I'm gonna go over with a thick layer of deal and then try to press, just a little press, not, you know, anything major, but just try to get some more stuck in those spots. Yeah, for better coverage. Like down here, I can still see my paint. So just go through this process of trying to get it on. I do only do one layer. I'm not a double layer type person. If I can see that there's good coverage on it, I just go with it. Okay, I got this on and I am satisfied with the coverage. I then, once this dries, I give it about 3 hours to let it dry. Then I go in with the Rust-Oleum 2x clears to seal it. And then I'll work on the football leather on the other side. Okay, so while that tumbler turf is drying, I'm going to show you how I lay my vinyl flat on this other one that I'm doing, and she actually requested football on one side, and I'm trying to make sure I can still see my markings, but I already marked this one up. Yeah, and she requested football on one side, basketball on the other. It's going to be my first time doing that, but on the basketball side, all I'm going to do is put some black vinyl, like the basketball lines. So pretty much what I do to get the vinyl set up, I measure it out, kind of, nothing formal, just where my markings are. Go to this side, see about how much I'll need. That's about it. So then I take my paper, fold it over, paper cutter to cut. And this is actually some other vinyl. I ran out of my Cricut vinyl, which is what I like the best. It's more expensive, but I feel like I can work with it better. So we're gonna see how this one works out for me. But pretty much just cut it off. So this part I save to use for the bottom. So pretty much what I do is I'll take the tumbler bottom, draw a circle, cut around the circle, then slap it on the bottom. So cutting it into 3 pieces. That was one of the biggest questions I had. This is the wrong tumbler. That's the one with the turf on it already. Okay, where's my markings? So from here to here, I'm just trying to make sure. See, that's way too much. I didn't cut off enough. I need to cut off some more because I really don't need that much. I'll cut off a little bit more. I think I'll cut here. Okay. So pretty much I don't do any measuring, none of that. I try to just eyeball it into 3 separate, you know, same size, but it really doesn't matter, but you do kind of want it to. So I'll go there, go here, done with that, middle piece. Okay, where are your markings? I see you, there you go. So pretty much I take, and again, nothing at all. You guys, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Print it on the wrong side of the fucking vinyl. Okay, we'll start over. Okay, we are back with the vinyl printed on the right side. So pretty much what you're gonna do is you're gonna start on each end. This is also what helped, and I did a lot of practice on this end. So this is pretty much is what's gonna help you. It's not gonna fully lay flat, but you do want to start from the outside and go in with the vinyl, because it helps with not messing with the other side of the turf. But you're gonna line it up with your markings, just like that, and then just try to smooth it as much as you can. And it's just that easy. And like this little section right here, there's gonna be some lumps and bumps. You just gotta try to work them out and flatten them out as much as you can. And you see those creases? There's gonna be some creases in here. But once you put your vinyl on, it covers it up. It pretty much just gets rid of those flaws. When I do put my resin on though, I make sure to put, this was trial and error too, I make sure to put 2 coats on before I start sanding, because it does kind of work its way into the vinyl and you'll end up with white spots if you don't put the 2 coats on. But as you can see, there's creases there. But once I put that resin on, it does not show. So let me get the other side on. My markings on this side. I'll go back over there and see if I can get it a little bit flatter. But yes, okay. So I'm gonna start on this side. And again, I start on the sides. I don't know if I was just rambling and you guys didn't get that, but the earlier ones I did when I would start in the middle or anywhere else laying this vinyl, the edges, when I say they were lifting and all kinds of stuff, it was just crazy. So the last 2 or 3 I've done, I've just made sure to start from the outside and go in with the vinyl. So again, just gonna try to stretch it as much as I can and lay those creases flat as much as I can. But nothing pretty, nothing fancy, just trying to lay it down as flat as you can. And it's gonna be flat on the sides, of course, but and also once I lay this middle, that lays flatter no matter what. So it does take away from these creases you see here. But again, you will have the kind of lumpiness in the resin until you put that second coat down, file it down. I've also, in my earlier ones that I've done, I did file sand, I should be saying, into the vinyl, and I was able to patch the vinyl just with some more of this, and it was still look decent under the resin. You know what, I'm gonna cut this one down a little bit. And so let me lay this right in the middle. And this is the one that actually lays the flattest. So that's also another reason why you want to do the sides first. But the cutting it in 3, when I tried to do it with just one piece of vinyl, it was a hell no. Absolute hell no. So I just thought about it. Let me cut it in pieces. See how that works out for me. And it worked. Trial and error. You know how this craft thing goes. Try to figure it out. But there you go. That is how I lay this vinyl on there. And I can see those creases? Oh, well, you can see them in here, but there's one there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There's some on this side too. But again, put your resin down and you're good to go. I don't seal this vinyl, obviously. I'm trying to think of anything else. So on the turf side, you're going to seal that with, I seal mine with Rust-Oleum Clear 2 times, and I only do it once. Then once I do that, lay my vinyl down, I end up putting 2 coats of resin, 2 thick coats of resin, because again, once you start filing, you will file into this vinyl and it will turn up white. If that does happen to you, you do have your little scraps that you cut off here and there that you can use to patch it up. I've done that, and again, the resin covers up those flaws. It is really just an easy concept, something I thought about and tried it on my first tumbler, and that's when I noticed, oh, I needed to tell you guys that too. That's when I noticed that if you file it too much, you'll cut into that vinyl. So then I started doing 2 coats. The bottom, I do not put the bottom on either until I get my first coat of resin on. No, I'm sorry. After I do the 2 coats of resin, then I file, and then I put the bottom on. And again, I just do so by circling this, cutting it out, slapping it on there. Trial and error. You know, the bottom, usually you have to file. So I just chose to wait to put the bottom on until I put the first 2 coats of resin on. And then after I file, after the 2 coats of resin, then I do my decals. So I'm using water slide for the logos and vinyl clear water slide for the logos, and doing a just basic cut for the logos under the water slide. I'm using vinyl for the football, the white thing here, of course. And I think that's about it. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. I think I covered everything. I absolutely think I covered everything. And sorry for the oopsie and my F-bomb. All right, hope this helps you guys. Bye.